Morning, hunters. It's February 16th. I got coffee on the shop. Supposed to warm up today to about 60, about 58, 60 degrees, and then we're supposed to get hammered by the cold again. Hey, I wanted to talk about alternate energy, green energy, a little bit. As you see, I've been watching the news this morning. 25,000 megawatts have been lost, over 25,000 actually, in Texas because the windmills froze and the solar panels are covered with snow. Late breaking news, green energy doesn't work all the time. While it's a great supplement to a robust, natural gas, biofuel, and nuclear grid-filled, energy-filled grid system, you cannot solely rely on wind and solar. It's not going to work. Notice that our president, Joseph Biden, has put a moratorium on drilling in the Gulf of Mexico. Also, he shut the Keystone Pipeline down, which that really doesn't mean anything. It was costing us more to process it than we were going to get out of it anyway. So that's not a big deal. But I want to talk, there's some misinformation about nuclear. All of the, if Trump really wanted to help this country, he had an opportunity to make nuclear energy dirt cheap. He had an opportunity to do that. I say dirt cheap. I would say more profitable. How about that? It's never going to be dirt cheap, right? But it could have reopened Yucca Mountain and got all this nuclear fuel that's stored all around the country into a safe spot at Yucca Mountain. It's possible. But instead, he ordered 2 new airplanes. Yep. So we got 2 new Air Force Ones that are coming. I guess they call them Air Force One and Air Force Two. But at $300 billion a pop. Nice. But he's got a queen size bed. Anyway, it's crazy, folks. A lot of stuff going on right now in the country. The gun laws. Watch this COVID relief bill real close. I think there's a potential for them to slide some of that gun control legislation in that COVID bill and get Republicans to buy off on it. It's for the betterment of the country. It's for the common good, right? The common good. We've heard that saying before. The vaccine. My last video I talked about that. Take the vaccine, take both vaccines. You still catch COVID, you still got to wear a mask, and you still got to social distance. Am I the only one? None of this is making sense, folks. I tell you what does make sense, though. It makes sense that the central bank and the big NWO folks, if you don't know what NWO is, Google it, want this great reset, and it will happen by 2030, where you won't own anything. You will get it from the government. Why do you think they're pushing government dependency? They're giving everybody a taste of these $1,200 checks. That's about what you'll be potentially making a month when the government takes over, the NWO, right? So not good for America, not good. Not good for freedom, not good for us at all. So reach out, great day. Reach out to your state legislators and let them know what you think. Not that it's going to do any good, But if enough people speak up, speak out, and stand strong together and unified, we can make a difference. There is convention of states stuff going on right now all over the United States. There's a bunch of states passing laws, anti-freedom infringement laws, to protect against, I think it's House Bill 127. I think that's it. That's going on. A lot of moving parts and pieces. The mainstream media, they're just up to the same old crap, pushing the narrative and pushing the agenda. So we know that. We know that. This is nothing new. I'm not speaking anything new. But that wind and solar thing, you don't need to think about it. I got a little solar panel, and I got a small battery, solar battery. And the battery was, I was going to set it up to charge my skeet throwing, my electric skeet thrower, right? And it wouldn't even charge that battery in 3 days of sunlight in the summertime. So that's with the charger hooked up to it and all that. It was producing nothing. 0.08 watts or whatever, milliwatts. No. Anyway, wind and solar, not where you need to be. Look, make sure that if you're out there, make sure you got heat in your home. Make sure you're taking precautions right now, especially here in Virginia. We're getting ready to get it. You seen what was going on in Texas the last couple of days. We're getting ready to get hit pretty hard. Make sure you got your pipes protected against freezing. Make sure you got things drained that need to be drained. Pull your windshield wipers out on your windshield so they don't stick to the windshield in case you need to go somewhere. Make sure your vehicles are full of fuel. You got plenty of provisions, plenty of water. And be prepared to hunker down for about 4 days because it's looking like it's going to get pretty nasty. I don't think it's going to be real wet. I hope it gets real cold and keeps precipitating because that means it'll be snow and not ice. Potential to lose electricity. The folks down in South Hill, Mecklenburg, and all that area, Blackstone, those folks lost power. Big need for generators. And I don't know why in this day and age somebody wouldn't have a backup generator. Even if you're on a tight income, you could save $25 a month, and in 6 months you could own one. You know, you don't have to get anything big. You can get you a 3,000, 3,500 watt generator, and trust me, I ran. We had a big snowstorm that we had about 36 inches of snow. All the trees came down across the power lines. We were without power for about 7 days. Fortunately, we had propane heat by a gas fireplace, so we blocked off the parts of the house that we didn't need. And we ran electricity to run our television, lights, refrigerator, freezers, and so on off that 3,500 watt generator for 7 days. So I think that 3,500 watt generator cost me $299. So ran like a champ. I still got it. It's about 15 years old. Yep, about 15 years old. Still runs great. So get yourself a generator, folks. Preferably one that runs off propane or dual fuel. Propane, the reason I say that is because propane, you can store it forever. Gasoline goes bad after, 6 months or whatever. Even if it's stabilized, you gotta continually turn over your inventory. So you gotta use it or lose it. Anyway, thought I'd share some of those thoughts with you all this morning. If folks need help, help them. If they need heat or if they need a place to stay, help them. That's what it's all about. We're all Americans, so let's come together as Americans. God bless you all, and most of all, keep your powder dry. 6 Ever Tyrannus.